What's up, people? Happy Sunday. If you hadn't noticed, this is the third consecutive podcast I've done. Third straight episode. We're going to weeklies. I said this was going to happen. It's taken a lot longer than I planned. For that, I apologize. But I am sitting in front of the screen in the nice, cushy HiFi headquarters to bring you some of the newest and some of the best music in the Florida area music scene. Now, besides going weekly on this, because I do now have my podcast rebroadcasted on Saint Pete College Radio. I thank you to Corey and everybody at the SPC radio place. Yes, place. I'll get better with that as I warm up. But anyhow, thank you so much for allowing me to take a chance with me. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope everybody in SPC enjoys it. On top of that, besides being weekly, besides being on SPC, this is episode number 31. Is that crazy? I've done 30 episodes. This is my 31st. Wow. I usually get bored after doing something maybe twice. So to do this and have it with the, without the old format is astounding that I'm being continual with this. So we're going to keep the ball rolling. Sit back, relax. I don't have a theme, but I do have a title. And well, that's the title of this episode. Enjoy. This is Jason. And this is the HiFi Podcast. Well, all right. So here we are. It's Sunday. We're having a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend so far as well. This is going to be a really good episode. I tried to do a theme this week. I couldn't come up with one. I've been doing themes all year. I needed to take a break. Uncle Jay needs to take a break. You know what I'm saying? So this week, we're just going to be playing some of the best stuff, some new stuff, some stuff I've played before, and I hope you enjoy it. And, have a heart. I'll try to get a theme next week. I promise. So, anyhow, let's start with the Kimberlys. They are from Fort Myers, Florida. I was reached out by Jeremy Roberts, and I want to appreciate him and all the bands that have been sending DMs and emails, and for all other bands and other artists and those who you think we should play, I will let you know later on how to get in touch with us. But actually, I wanted to thank Jeremy Roberts who reached out to us, and there's some good stuff. I got to play it for you, right? So this is from their 2018 EP, Juniper Sessions. This song is called Woman, and it's here on the HiFi Podcast.
I got locked up again with my friends. too much trouble. Oh, babe, I don't know why, but here I go. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh. Rock with a dollar bill for an ounce of your love. I'm saying 2 days ago, I got locked up again with my hands, and the car broke down. Can't call no woman to bail me out, because I knew she don't like me no more, and she don't really like who she has seen, and I don't think she really helped me now. I've just got myself to look out for, but I can't look out that well for myself. I cause too much trouble. Oh, babe, I don't know why, but here we go.
Hey, this is Victor from Arrows in Action, and you're listening to the HiFi podcast.
Sleeping on the floor, I'm empty, and I don't have the time to chill. Empathy is lost, and my life turns still. And I can love you till you hate me, and let the love turn into spite. Out of sight and out of body, I'm out of mind. I tore my words apart, but fire burns every letter of my name. All of his art is I could think it, I wish he thought. I tore my words apart, burns every letter of my name. All of his art is I could think it, I wish he'd the game. Empty rooms and angry spaces left me with nothing but traces of what I thought was love, but it turned out to be bitter after.
And I want to thank Arrows in Action for the shout out, also for the new song that just came out on Friday. That was Forfeit, their newest single. They will be performing that and other new stuff coming up next month in May. They will be in Orlando. They will be in Gainesville, hometown up there, on the 31st of May at Lucy's to premiere their new EP. That's right, you heard me right. Arrows in Action has some new stuff coming out, not just with the new song that just came out, but also we'll see EP. So what, 4, 5, 6? Who knows? You know, it's a great thing. So I tell you what, we'll find out, all of us, on the 31st, what goes down at Lucy's there in Gainesville. And then after that, they'll be in Jacksonville. So go on, check your hometown heroes and anybody around the surrounding areas, or even listening out over yonder beyond Florida. Hey, make a trip, okay? This is some good stuff. You're going to be getting stuff. So anyhow, let's see. I think we're going to go and do something else here. Up next, to celebrate and commemorate the third cycle of the HiFi podcast, I'm playing a band that I played on the first or second episode. I believe it was the first one. It was actually one of the first bands that I saw that made me switch the format I was in before to doing a local and now statewide HiFi podcast to basically showcase all of the great live music we have in Florida after seeing this band in this night at the old beloved 662 RIP 662. This band is fronted by Stacy, and it is also linked with Gary, Paul, Heidi, and Susan. They call it shoegaze. I call it driving music, driving to the beach music. I could have put it in the spring break episode, but I thought I'd wait a few weeks because since it is almost May, it's almost summer, right? So how much more appropriate to play Summertime by SeaFang here on the HiFi podcast. Now, doesn't that get you in the mood for summer? Of course, with the name summer in it, but, I digress. That was SeaFang with the song Summertime here on the HiFi podcast. Now, you know what time it is. If you want to be on this podcast, well, not on this one, this episode in particular, that would just be weird. That would be time constraint and stuff. That would be like watching the TV show Sliders. No. I like the show, but I don't want to live it. And anyhow, if you're in a band or you know of a band who would like to be on another episode of this podcast, do us a favor, hit us up. We have 2 Facebook pages at HiFi Florida. You can DM us like everybody else has on Instagram. I've been getting lots of love. Thank you very much, everybody. I will get to you as soon as possible. It'll be at HiFi Florida. Also, Twitter, which we really should start really working on, lady. But anyhow, you can catch us on Twitter as well, at HiFi Florida. And you could drop us a line. Our email is hififlorida@gmail.com. Ta-da! Quick and painless. Now, coming up next, I'm trying to do this in a way that's different because this is my first time. I'm actually promoting something that is not part of HiFi and is not a band, and it's corporate radio. Boo! Yes, boo, corporate radio sucks. Okay, I understand that. I get that. But there's local bands vying to be an opening act in, we should say, another radio format's barbecue party that's going to happen on the 18th of May, okay, at a place called Coachman Park here in Clearwater, Florida, not too far from Saint Petersburg. And it's called the Barbecue Shindig. You can find it. You can look at it. I've given you the information. So why am I doing this? Is because, like I said, they are having votes on their website for the band with the most votes to play on this Barbecue Shindig. And that's like, we have Jordan Esker and the 100%, who's been prominent on the HiFi podcast. We have Deviate the Plan. We have the Hales, who has a new single out called Cabaret that you should check out. We also have Arrows in Action that you just heard. And also we have, I need like a club for people that have been on this podcast at least like 10 or 12 times. Well, and I'm describing King Complex, who is also on the voting for being an opening act on the Barbecue Shindig. They came out not too long ago with their next new song. I wanted to play it, and now I have a chance to play it now. It is Do What You Like here on the HiFi podcast.
Now I
this is Low Season, and you're listening to HiFi, Florida's music podcast.
Thank you to Chad from Low Season for that other drop. Now, see, now we're starting to sound professional. All right. I need to do a couple of my own little robotic drops every here and there. And who knows, man, I might need to wear a suit and tie to this. I have no clue. But thank you. That was Low Season and their second song from Four More Songs, their EP, their latest EP that came out a couple of months ago. The first one I played was Lines Across the Eyes. Next week, they will be at the Benz. Now, where's the Benz? It's in Saint Pete. And if you hold on for a little while, I will give you the address and some other bands that will be playing at that venue and other venues on the HiFi podcast concert list. So sit back, okay? It'll be right there. But before I do this, and I know I do this all the time, but I want to show my appreciation to everybody that helps out. Chad from Low Season, Corey from SPC, and I just wanted to, this is the reason why I am called Uncle J because of my unsolicited advice. When you feel down, always try to reach out for people. The right people will be always in your corner. You might fail and get a couple of fakes and some posers every now and then, but keep going. Eventually, you'll find the people that will make it happen for you. It was kind of slow, kind of sluggish the first couple of years. Now it's going gangbusters. Why? Because I didn't stop. I didn't quit. So wherever you do, if you're in a moment, you're doing your dark night of the soul, just keep reaching out. You'll be finding the right people. Don't give up. All right? People are treating themselves or treating each other in a disposable manner, and I couldn't even get that out because I knew I was starting to get on my soapbox. But people treat you as disposable as they want to. Don't let them do that. All right? You will find people that will go ahead and make you even better than you thought you were. So enough of that. Enough Uncle J shit. I promise. Up next, West Palm Beach's own Static Momentum. This is good stuff. I like it. It has the nice little goth, new wave, post-punk kind of sound that I like, amongst other things. You can just dance to it. You can make a movie out of it. It's wonderful. But I want to thank Kurt, Tom, Rob, and Joe. This is Static Momentum, and this is their song No Second Try. Check it out.
Instinct to save, but no one remembers.
from West Palm Beach, Florida. That was Static Momentum and No Second Chance here on the HiFi podcast. I haven't mentioned her in a few weeks. She's been doing her own thing. She's been going to Europe, getting married, sending pictures back. Now she's back and she's doing her thing. Anna from Retrolux has been a great person, a great friend. Her other business, as in her other 8 other businesses, the woman, I tell you, I don't know if she's from Kingston or not, but she hustles besides doing the help here in HiFi and helping me out. She has her rock, paper, scissors that you can find on Facebook, which delves into all the social media prospects that could help you out. That is my first real commercial. Check that out. Right? That was pretty cool. I could do that. I have another job too. Anyhow, Anna, back to Anna. She has told me about this artist. She hails, or actually she lives in New York, but she hails from Tampa. Her name is Delia, Dane. She's been out since 2016, and I would have taken the extra week that I used to take to just listen to her music. It's really, I like it. It brings back R&B the way I remember R&B. Okay, so anyhow, this is Delia Dane, and she talks about a New York, but in a Florida state of mind.
Lace up your boots, the scuffs like a noose. Damn, this train ride up to the west side, the city the most. So drink, have a toast. That's how we cope. It's breaking New York, yeah. I'm just a Florida girl, damn right. I'm not into this winter shit for life. I just wanna sit poolside, bathe in sunscreen. It's December, but it's 85. Down to the beach, it's so nice. Lemonade and watermelon life. Palm trees in the breeze, left to right. Some kisses until sunrise. Lace up your boots, the scuffs like a noose. Damn, this train ride up to the west side, the city the most. So drink, have a toast. That's how we cope. It's breaking New York, yeah. When I close my eyes, it's a fantasy. I can be chillin' on South Beach. We could pretend it ain't 29. No bikinis, no 10 lights. When I close my eyes, it's a fantasy. I can be chillin' on South Beach. We could pretend it ain't 29. No bikinis, no 10 lights. 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 Lace up your boots, the scuffs like a noose. Damn, this train ride up to the west side, the city the most. So drink, have a toast. That's how we cope. It's breaking New York, yeah. I'm just a Florida girl, damn right. I'm not into this winter shit for life. I just wanna sit poolside, bathe in sunscreen. It's December, but it's 85. You know the heat feels so nice. Umbrella drinks and cool ice. Toes in the sand, won't think twice. Shades on, no sun in my eyes. Lace up your boots, the scuffs like a noose. Damn, this train ride up to the west side, the city the most. So drink, have a toast. That's how we cope. It's breaking New York, yeah.
And that was Delia Dane, the song Brick in New York, here on the HiFi podcast. Now, we're going to do a very quick HiFi podcast concert list. Now, I don't know what happened. I did a concert list last week. There were only a few. And then by yesterday, Saturday, my schedule went and exploded. So I do apologize if I miss your band, if I miss where you're playing. Please drop me a line, invite me. A lot of people, John Stevenson, thank you for inviting me. Blessian, thank you for inviting me. Jordan, thank you for everybody who invites me, and I'll put it up there. I'll make sure that it's on the HiFi podcast Facebook page, as well as I will recite them and let you know in a nice voice, kind of lilting, just like this, for any type of shows that you want to see or you want to be pimping out. And so all you other people, after I do this, go see your local shows. I talk about this throughout most of my podcasts. We love you. We want to see you. We want to interact and meet with every one of you. Okay, not when you're really drunk, but maybe like the first or second drink. Okay, even better if you hadn't touched anything. Just letting you know, and just go to a show. Check it out. They will love to see you. I know. I said that again. I'm just trying to set up the concert list because I'm thinking ahead of myself. I apologize. This is you know how it goes. I should be new at this, but I'm hearing people that's been doing this 30 years who are still flapping. So anyhow, at the Benz, remember I told you about the Benz and you wanted to know where the Benz was? Well, the Benz at 919 First Avenue North in St. Pete has on Wednesday, May 1st, they have Jerry X, who's been playing here, and Charlie, Road Dog. We're going to have Brett Newski and No Tomorrow with Sizemore. Usually it starts at 10 o'clock, but they're doing a special early show. Get there at 8. They'll probably be around 9. Charlie be drunk about 10. All right. Also at the Benz on Friday the 3rd, we're going to have some Nami Ozone with the Alps and Night Beach. And it's got the regular time starts at 10 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and go to the Hub Bar at 719 North Franklin Street, Tampa, Florida, where Jerry X and Brett Newski, and also Will Quinlan, who is a staple here in the Tampa Bay, St. Pete area. They will be at Hub at 8 o'clock. At a new place that's going to be in Tampa, that's been around for a few months. It's been blowing up from what I've been seeing. Hooch and Hive, 1001 West Cass Street. That's in downtown Tampa. On Tuesday, they're going to have the Golden Gardens from Seattle. We're going to have Fishwife and Story Mode, who is really good, and I actually have played them, or a version of them, on the podcast. And as soon as they get music available, they will be on the next version of the podcast. On Friday at the Hooch and Hive, we're going to have Clang, Crystallize, and Purse. Doors open at 8. Now, bear with me with this whole 8-10 thing, because I'm getting used to it as well, even as I've played. And when they say 8, that means the door the doors open at 8. You can get in at 8. Band times, I don't know. Okay, I got a couple of letters. I was there at 8 o'clock. They didn't play till 10. I understand. I go through that myself. I'll rush out the house. I'll get out, get ready, throw a Big Mac in my face on the way to the show. It starts at 8 o'clock. I got to support the local music scene. And I'm there at 8:15, and then they don't play until 10:30. So I understand your pain. So doors open at 8, except for at the Benz. They really do start at 10 o'clock when they start at 10 o'clock. They're really good at that. So that is the concert listings for the week. if there's any other things that I've missed, or you want to make sure that you're on the next week's playlist or concert list, do not hesitate. HiFiFlorida@gmail.com or DM us at HiFiFlorida. Now, here we go. This is what I've been prepping for. This is what HiFi is about. There's a young man who reached out to me last week, and he goes by the name Young Twin. He is down in the South Florida area, the FTL, or Fort Lauderdale to be exact. And as I conversed with Young Twin, I call him YT because, I'm cool like that. I said, YT, you're hungry, man. I hear your words. And all he wants to do is spit some fire. And I actually had him a question on my Facebook page about bookings. And it's crazy how people and promoters, some promoters, okay, and there's been great promoters that I've worked with and talked with who are amazing. They don't do this. But I'm talking about you other assholes who go in and make bands buy or have bands get tickets so then they can go and sell. And that's not cool. Even worse than that, people who pay to play. You have to pay the promoters to go play your music. This is what HiFi is about. For outreach, for networking, so then people like you do not do that to artists. Okay? Call me maybe don't call me the Bitcoin of Florida music. Okay, maybe I do go up and down. Maybe I have like a temperament problem sometimes. But I am unchecked and I'm unregulated. Come to me with the music. If you're good, I will play you. And if there's like aesthetics or no clubs or anything like that, who I can talk to make sure shit happens. Or, even better, if there's any hip-hop artist or any artist, you like Young Twin, you want to put him on your show, contact me, I'll hook you up. Or you can download and talk to Young Twin, which is at Young Twin TM on Instagram. And he has a Facebook page. Check it. And there's another thing. I know I'm going off because, again, this part is unscripted. Okay, I have an outline. This is from the heart because I want to put it there. There are like a lot of young twins in the world. I'm not to say anything, but did you guys have a meeting? I'm just saying. But anyhow, this young twin is going to be on the HiFi podcast right now. This is Speed Racer. And I think the other reason why I'm doing this long intro is because the song is 2 minutes and 10 seconds, which when I was talking to him, he was saying, well, it grabs the attention span of the people so then they can listen to SoundCloud generation, as he called it. And I'm thinking I could listen to a 22-minute song with my head, just boom, 22 minutes. Oh, wow, that was great. That was amazing. Wow. So anyhow, that was it. That's all my side thoughts. I'm talking like I am, I'm Dane Cook or something. Let's get on with it. This is Young Twin, Speed Racer, on the HiFi podcast.
Oh shit, I up on the beat and he killing it.
They call me Speed Racer. I'm in the motherfucker, call me Speed Racer. Twin gotta get it up a money chase. In the courtroom, under interrogation. The color money talk, no exaggeration. Blue hunters and no hunters got them separated. Black pen and white paper like we segregate. In the courtroom, under interrogation. The color money talk, no exaggeration. Blue hunters and no hunters got them separated. Black pen and white paper like we segregate. I told you 100 times that the money talk. You got the bands to
to make her dance, I love the way she walk. Break the kush on the 20, roll up the blunt. But once you break the 20, you gotta throw the ones. Such a foreign chick, she come from Puerto Rico. Been to work so long, I had to learn the lingo. Get the money by the hour, stack up the peso. If you don't work, you don't eat, it's time to make the narrow. I'm locked down, he locked down, man, we all locked down. Isolated in my cell with good old Charlie Brown. Calling hoe after hoe, but she don't love you no more. She got the nigga on the side with the blow in the nose. On a money mission, nigga. They call me Speed Racer. In the courtroom, under interrogation. The color money talk, no exaggeration. Blue hunters and no hunters got no separation. Black pen and white paper like we segregate. In the courtroom, under interrogation. The color money talk, no exaggeration. Blue hunters and no hunters got no separation. Black pen and white paper like we segregate.
And that was Speed Racer by Young Twin here on the HiFi podcast. I did not realize I spoke for 8 minutes on that last segment. I guess I had a lot on my chest. I was told to go and be more sociable and be more outgoing. You know, talk to everybody who's listening to the podcast one-on-one. So if I got a little personal, I apologize. It's just how I feel. There's a lot of people who feel the same way. And again, I'm going to jettison all the way to the next song right now. Speaking of Anna from the past couple of segments ago, this is her band. After all those 8 jobs that I told you about, she actually has a band called Retrolux. I've played this song before. I've played Retrolux before. The last time I played them was, I believe, in December with the song Sucker, a song that her and Maynard did with Valleys. And he's a respected DJ and mixer here in the area of Florida. And hopefully I'll have some new Valley stuff pretty soon to share with you. Until then, this is from their last CD. It's called Without You on the HiFi podcast.
How do I
And that was Without You by Retrolux on the HiFi podcast. This is it. This is the last song, which is pretty amazing that I've done 10 songs on this episode. I just couldn't think. It had to be, I just couldn't break it down. It was almost 17 songs that I broke down to 6 to 8 to 10. So believe me when I say HiFi is now weekly, bet your bottom dollar, baby. Right? All right. That's enough. We're going to end this with Miami's own band. That is Delia, Alex, Jordan, and Anthony, and they form Yardij, who have had a phenomenal first quarter of 2019. They just came back from New York, and now they are tired. I'm not doing the joke. I'm not doing it. They are taking a break. They will be back very soon. Until then, from their latest record called Face Value, this is the song Opinions. Now, again, side note, I apologize, last one. I was writing the notes. I have put Yardij on the podcast, and one of my favorite songs right now, since it came out, is a song called Distance. Please, if you haven't heard it on my podcasts, you can hear it on the HiFi Florida playlist, and you can also find it on Face Value or on their page. It's amazing. And I wrote it down, not thinking, as I knew I had put up Opinions. I wrote Distance. That's how good the song is. This song is good too. Just saying. This is Opinions. Yardij. HiFi podcast. Shut up, Jason. Thank you, Yardij, for that great song. That was Opinions. I want to thank everybody who stayed on, heard the whole podcast. Like, share. We are on iTunes. We are on Stitcher. We are on SoundCloud. We are on Podbay. We're on a lot of pod channels that I haven't even... I didn't know about Podbay. Okay, so I could be anywhere. Look us up. You can find us. We're actually starting to be trending on Google now. So we're just about like 3 or 4 episodes away from being billionaires. I'm just saying. Okay? You can catch us there. You can go and check out our playlist that we have on Spotify. Bands, put your stuff on Spotify. Is a good thing. We could put it there. We could put stuff there, and then if you miss the podcast, you can always catch the playlist. Always changing, always growing. And speaking of playlists, I always have to give a shout out. I forgot to do it last week. I'm doing it this week to Abby from band Wave Miami. She has a playlist called South Florida Bands Essentials. You will know it because it has the King of Cool, Stephen Hyde, on the cover. You cannot miss it. So thank you, Abby, for your help on bringing some of these South Florida bands to the HiFi podcast. Thank you, Anna from Retrolux, from getting the North represented. And thank you to the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Sarasota area for your love and your encouragement. And I will see you guys at a show very soon. I gotta go. I have a lobster roll waiting for me. I love living in Florida. This was Jason, and this was the HiFi podcast.